If you're a K-drama fan living in Southeast Asia, you've probably noticed how easy it is now to access so many shows. But finding the right one is a completely different struggle, especially when you're craving something intense, something that actually keeps you on edge instead of just slow burn romance. So today, we're diving into 5 action-packed K-dramas currently available on Rakuten Viki that you can stream right now. But here's the thing, I don't just want to list them. I want to talk about whether they're actually worth your time, which one fits your mood, and honestly, which one I think hits the hardest. And by the end of this, I want you to tell me, which one are you starting tonight? Study Group. Let's start with Study Group, because this one is honestly such a fun mix of genres that you don't usually see together. On paper, it sounds like a typical school drama. You've got Hwang Min-yeon playing Yeon Ga-min, a student who desperately wants to succeed academically. The problem? He's terrible at studying. But when it comes to fighting, he's basically unstoppable. And instead of giving up, he forms a study group in one of the worst schools imaginable. What I like about this drama is how it balances comedy with action. You're laughing one moment, and then suddenly there's a full-on fight scene the next. But here's my question for you. Do you think talent matters more than effort? Because this drama kind of challenges that idea. Personally, I think it's saying that even if you're not naturally gifted in something, persistence still counts. But at the same time, let's be real. Being good at fighting definitely helps in that kind of environment. Duty After School. Next up is Duty After School, and this one takes a completely different approach. Imagine being a high school student, worried about exams and your future, and then suddenly you're recruited into a war. Not against another country, but against aliens. That's exactly what happens here. Students are offered college admission incentives to join the fight, which already raises a huge moral question. Is it really a choice if your future depends on it? What I find really interesting about this drama is how it mixes sci-fi with very real emotions. Fear, pressure, survival. It's all there. And honestly, this one can get pretty heavy. It's not just action for the sake of action. It actually makes you think about the cost of survival. So let me ask you this. If you were in their position, would you sign up? Or would you risk your future to stay safe? Now, we move into something more grounded, but just as intense with Connection Haitian. This is a crime thriller, and if you like darker, more serious stories, this might be your pick. You've got Ji-sung as Jang Jae-kyung, a top detective in the narcotics unit, and Jeon Mi-do as a reporter who isn't afraid to speak her mind. What I love about this setup is the dynamic between law enforcement and media. Both are chasing the truth, but in completely different ways. And sometimes they clash. This drama feels less flashy than the others, but it's more psychological. It pulls you in slowly and keeps building tension. Personally, I think this is the kind of show you watch when you're tired of predictable plots. But I want to know, do you prefer fast-paced action or something that builds suspense over time? Because this one definitely rewards patience. Haechi. Then we have Haechi, which brings action into a historical setting. And I know some people immediately hesitate when they hear historical drama, but hear me out. This isn't just about politics and palace life. It's about power, justice, and survival. Jung Il-woo plays Prince Yeoning, a character who isn't even supposed to become king. That alone already sets up an underdog story. And then you have Kwon Yul as a relentless investigator who's chasing justice no matter what. What makes this drama stand out for me is the strategy. The fights aren't just physical, they're political, emotional, and psychological. It's like a chess game where every move matters. And honestly, I think historical dramas like this hit differently because the stakes feel bigger. So let me ask you, do you think power changes people, or does it just reveal who they really are? Taxi Driver. Finally, we have Taxi Driver, and this one might be the most satisfying out of all 5. The concept is simple but powerful, a secret taxi service that takes revenge on behalf of people who couldn't get justice through the law. Lee Jae-hoon plays Kim Do-gi, a former Special Forces officer, and you can already guess, he's not someone you want to mess with. What I find really interesting here is the moral line. Is what they're doing right? Or are they just becoming another version of the criminals they punish? Because let's be honest, watching bad people get what they deserve feels good. But at the same time, It raises uncomfortable questions. Personally, I think this drama is incredibly addictive because every episode feels like a new case, a new story. But I want your opinion. Do you believe revenge can ever truly bring justice? So those are 5 action K-dramas you can stream right now on Viki in Southeast Asia. And honestly, I think this list covers a pretty wide range of tastes. You've got school action, sci-fi war, crime thriller, historical politics, and vigilante justice. But here's what I really want to know. What kind of action do you actually enjoy? Do you want something fun and chaotic like Study Group? Something emotional like Duty After School? Or something dark and intense like Taxi Driver? Or maybe you're the type who wants a mix of everything. Let me know in the comments, and also tell me if there's another action K-drama you think deserves to be on this list, because I'm always looking for new recommendations too.